Hello!
Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about the CGP books and resources. We know that they're a really great resource for parents to use when trying to prepare your child ready for their Year 6 SATS. However, there is a wealth of resources out there and it can be a bit of a minefield trying to select the best and most appropriate ones. So today we're just going to take you through a couple of different books that we've used in class with the children that we teach, and ones that we think are really helpful and handy for parents to use at home with the children. So we're going to start off with the grammar, and this is the Key Stage 2 Grammar, Punctuation, Spelling, Year 6 Targeted Question Book. Now we use this one a lot in school. The reason that we really like it is it doesn't just have the questions in there, but if I just open this book so you can see it, these yellow boxes here give you a brief description and explanation of each of the grammar techniques that you're looking at. Okay, now we do use these in our classrooms. We'll often teach something and then get the children to independently apply it by working through these.
We use it for homework, so we set them whatever we've looked at in class. We will get them to do the questions at home just as part of their homework. But they are really useful. There's loads of tips and tricks, and I guess if there's something that the children aren't sure of or they want extra practice with, it's basically everything they need in one book.
So at the end of Year 6 they will do a grammar and spelling test, and this book's great because in the contents page you can see everything that's covered, and they do cover everything that will be coming up on that test. And just like Miss Finlay said, it's really good also to use as a homework setting task. So if they've covered something in class, for example, let's say they've covered past, present progressive and past progressive tense in school, then you have a whole section for them to work through in the book as well. They can bring it back, and if they're not sure about something, then they can talk to their teacher about it. But yeah, this one would be a buy, would we say?
100%.
Yeah, so this is a really good one, and it may be the only grammar book you need to buy as a parent to help your child prepare for that grammar test, simply because it has everything that you need in this one book. So yeah, a good book, and we would highly recommend as teachers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next book we were going to talk about is the study book, which goes alongside this. So basically everything in this book is the content, and then this would be the questions based on this. I'm not sure how much I would recommend this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is that it gives explanations about each of the things, and it goes into a little bit more detail. And there are a few tasks the children can do, but as regards to a book that you could leave them to get on their own, it's unlikely that they'd sit there and read the whole thing. It's not that engaging, whereas this one has explanations in, short, snappy, and then tasks that they can do. This one I would say would be more useful for a parent.
Yeah. If you're supporting them, and there are a lot of things that you would know maybe as an adult, but you may not know the technical term that is used in school. So I know I've spoken to lots of parents, and they would ask me, what's a fronted adverbial? They would it's something that you use, but they wouldn't technically know exactly what that was. Things like past perfect, present perfect, subjunctive form, things like that. So if you as a parent would like to brush up on your grammar, then that would be a good one to help them.
Yeah, so if you wanted to look it up yourself and have that understanding, if you were helping your child at home and it was you who was doing that, then that would be useful. But definitely this one.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely this, it's called the Key Stage 2 English Grammar, Punctuation, Spelling Targeted Question Book. Okay, and if you're looking for it online, it's the white one with the purple.
Along the same lines is the same thing, but the maths version. So again, it's got the whole of the Key Stage 2 maths curriculum, questions with answers if again you as a parent are wanting to mark it. Would highly recommend.
Yeah, so similar to the grammar one, it's white this time with the red. Targeted question book, and again the questions cover everything in the maths curriculum, which is quite tricky to do because there's just so much to cover. And as Miss Finley said, there are answers at the back of these books, which for some books there are not answers in there.
And I was also going to say, if your child is working at greater depth or targeted to be at greater depth, there are different versions of the book which are called the stretch version, which will just push them and give them more of a challenge of the questions to help them to achieve greater depth.
Yeah, so that's a really important point, because for some children it may be that they can do a lot of the things in these books already, and CGP have then produced these books that are called Stretch. You'll find them on their website, and they're designed to support children to achieve greater depth in their SATS at the end of year 6. And they have questions in there to design to do that and stretch them. So have a look at those. But yeah, the targeted question books for both maths and grammar we would recommend getting.
The next ones, again, these ones are slightly different. They are CGP books, but they're 10-minute tests. So basically, here we've got a reading one and a maths one. But if we have a look at the reading one first, it gives a short extract of a text with a range of different content domain questions. And it just allows children to see a wide range of genres, a wide range of question types, and as you may know, they only have 1 hour in their SATS reading paper to answer 3 texts. So pace is usually, at this point in the year, something that the children need to work on. So these are really good. And also in the mark scheme, they also tell you, so whether you're a parent or whether you're a teacher, it gives you the content domain that that question was focusing on. So say, for example, if you were looking after your child has done the questions, you can see, okay, they need a little bit more practice on their 2-way word meaning questions, or if they're struggling with the longer 3-mark questions, then you might then think, okay, this is something that we need to focus on.
I mean, a good thing about these is that they're designed to be short. So they're 10-minute tests, and the children can do them quickly. And to be honest, there's a lot of research that's done into education that's short and snappy activities like this actually are more beneficial for children when trying to remember things. You don't want things going on for too long. But these are good, these 10-minute tests. And they do have the answers at the back, so you can mark them with the child afterwards. So would we recommend these ones to buy?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes they're at this point in the year, they may not have covered everything, so some of the things you might need to go over with them. So things like perimeter, because normally at this time of the year it's number, place value and calculations, so you might need to go over a few things. But this one actually breaks it down into 1 test per week. So again, if you're looking at supporting your children at home in the lead up to SATS, 1 test per week, and again, the answers are in the back, so that's another bonus.
And just finally, as we just spoke about, they have a range of genres in here. So when we say range of genres, we mean they're going to be reading stories, diaries,
poetry,
play scripts, all of which could come up on the year 6 SATS test. So giving them that range of genres really helps. So that's something else that we'd recommend. So moving on now, I guess we want to just share finally something that I'm new to using. In my school, we only used them last year, but I know Miss Finley has used them regularly and really thinks they're useful. So talk to us a little bit about these.
So we normally use these around the spring term, so when you're really getting into the SATS prep, but I don't think there's any harm in starting these earlier. So CGP have brought out, or they have, a range of practice papers. Now, I would say this is really good quality for your money, because in each pack, so say for example this is the maths, you get two full sets of tests. So you'll have set A and set B, and you'll have an arithmetic paper and 2 reasoning papers. So you get 6 papers in 1 pack. And I think this, for example, is pack 4, but there are maybe 5 packs in total. And I know that CGP have an option where you can buy a bundle. I think we were looking a minute ago, and I think maybe £10 for the whole set. And I feel like sometimes when you are preparing for SATs, the children may have already sat all of the previous SATs papers. So this is just a really good opportunity for them to apply their skills to a different kind of which isn't a previous SATs paper, because we had 2 years where there were no SATs. So people might be going all the way to the 2015, 2016 past papers. But these are just a really good resource for children to practice their, applying their skills.
So in the packs you've got tests that are very similar to the ones that they would do in their actual Year 6 SATs. There are ones online, but once you've exhausted those and you've used all the ones that are online, I mean, the schools don't want you to use the ones that they're going to use in school that you can get from online. So these are a handy alternative to that. And they're really good value for money, actually. So like Ms. Finlay was saying, inside you get 2 sets of full tests. So for the maths, for example, there'll be 2 reasoning papers and 1 arithmetic paper. You're getting 2 sets of those. So that's 6 papers in total. And like Ms. Finlay also said, you can buy them in bulk. So they do packages where you can pay less money but get more papers. They do them for maths. They do them for English. Now, the English is interesting because it must contain, and correct me if I'm wrong, the reading and the grammar in there.
So the for the English one, you have again set A and set B, but you'll have a reading paper, grammar paper, and spelling paper. So for the reading, you will get the booklet with the 3 texts in, and then you'll get the answer booklet. And then you'll also get the grammar paper. But what's also great is they have the full mark schemes. So it depends if you wanted to mark them. But what I really like is that they have pupil-friendly answers. So if you wanted the children to mark them on their own, they literally, and I can't seem to find it in here, they have pupil-friendly answers which will help them to go through. No, that's not my one. But anyway, the answers are just really clear. And normally, if I was using those in school, I would get the children to... We use these in the weeks leading up to SATs, but we also take a scaled score from a previous year and we use it to gauge where the children are at, for them to see how well they're doing. Yeah. So it is, I would say, using these really does prepare the children for, what's expected. Because once you've taught the whole curriculum, it's then, the application and the test exam practice then. And these are a fantastic way for children to really show their learning in lots of different ways, and they get exposed to lots of different questions, some of which are similar to previous SATs questions. So I think, if that is something you're interested in and you want to prepare your children, then the test packs are fantastic.
So just to summarise then, what we're recommending from the sort of plethora of resources that are on the site, on the CGP websites, and they are all good and useful, but not all for looking at ways you can help your children at home. So the targeted question books, so for grammar, we think that's a really good one. The same for math, the targeted question books. The arithmetic tests, there is a booklet for that also. We're also recommending these 10-minute weekly test books, which are a bit smaller, and you can get these for maths and grammar and reading. And finally, also these packs, which you can get online, which actually include examples of full tests that the children can go through at home. I
also wanted to mention that if you go, CGP have a website which is called CGP Plus, And if you want to just go on there and see the type of resources that they have, it allows you to sign up for a 30-day free trial. After that, I think it's around £3 a month. It's not expensive, but there are some fantastic resources on there covering all areas of the curriculum, and it's not just year 6. So if you are a parent of a child, in any year group, CGP Plus has some fantastic resources. Also, what I did want to mention was that with the CGP test packs, it also comes with a QR code that you can go online and you can see the test. You can see it, you can go through it together. It's an electronic version, and it also allows you to download lots of different resources and pick out any gaps. So, it's not just these papers. There's a lot more resources that are on the website.
Okay, so we hope you found the video useful. What I will do is put some links to some of the things we've talked about, so the CGP website below in the description. And these are things like books that you can buy, tangible resources, but there is a lot of things that you can use on the internet as well. So we'll do another video on resources that you can just use through your web browser on the computer. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe for more videos on primary education, and hit the like button if you enjoyed the content today. All right, thanks. We'll see you in the next one.